The thing says we're live, so I think we are, but there's always that little bit of anxiety there in the beginning. Like, is it actually going to go? Are we going to have technical issues this time? Who knows? Seems like we do every single week, but we're not going to talk bad like that. We're going to assume that everything's going to be fine, and we're going to go on with the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is Tank Talk Live, like we do every single Thursday night, 9 p.m. Very excited to be here tonight. My computer is running hard right now. And yeah. Don't really know what the deal is with that. It basically started ever since YouTube started with the new live YouTube live thing. I don't know. Anyway, how is everybody doing tonight? I'm assuming here we are. Okay, it must have been hashtag Coop Night tonight from Corey. Lefty3213, we're going to talk about him in a minute. Sorority update, girls are still doing great. No wounds. Nice.
Oh, good job, Lefty.
We will be talking about you shortly. We got a couple of things to talk about here in the opening minutes as we wait for people to show up here tonight. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to read a couple of letters that we just got in the post office box. And then after that, we will get into the title of today's stream, which is The Dumbest Things Fish Keepers Say. Now, there's a very particular reason why I wanted to do that tonight. And I'll explain that when we get to it. But what I want to talk about first, or what I want to mention first, is I want some interaction with you, the audience. We want to go get some back and forth going with the stupid things that fish keepers say. So I want you to put those in the chat, but I don't want you to do it right now. I want you to be thinking about the stupid things that fish keepers say. And then when we go with that topic, you start to put that in there, and we will have a lot of fun with it. And there is kind of a reward to this, to the people who have the best stupid thing that fish keepers say. But again, don't do it now. The main reason why I don't want you to do it now is because it's going to get buried, especially since we've got all the aquarium co-op people coming over. He had like 1,400 in there today. Obviously, they're not all going to come over because they're going to be like, who's this idiot? But they wouldn't say that about you, only from me. But we're not going to get all of them, but we'll wait for people to come in. And once we get started with that is when I'm going to want you to put that in the chat. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. But we got to talk about a couple of things first. And the first things first, this is going to be a perfect segue because we just got a super chat from Austin Cathy with the cat. I'm going to share something with all of you. I did not plan this. This is something I actually made the decision like 3 minutes ago that I was going to do. And it's basically because I have been, my life has been ruined by a video that you sent me. Was it yesterday? Or you didn't even send it to me. You showed it to me.
Yeah.
And then my daughter sent it to me. And I've decided that I am going to share it with all of you because it quite possibly could be the most adorable video I have ever seen on the internet. Now, if you recall, one of my favorite viral videos from way back in the day was the guy when, I don't remember the channel name or anything. I don't even think that it was a real channel. I think it was just a guy that put this video up of his dog, and his dog was talking to him. His dog was moving in his mouth and he was acting like he was talking, and he was talking about the stuff that was in the refrigerator, and then he gave it to the cat, and the dog's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about? Obviously, you know what I'm talking about. That was probably my favorite YouTube video for the longest time, but it has been overtaken by this new one. I'm going to share this video with all of you right now, have a little fun with it, and then we will move on. I'm going to actually have to switch screens, and when I do, it's instantaneously going to start playing. So turn your audio up and let's enjoy this video. I have to turn my mic up too. So let's go. Hopefully it works. We'll have to see.
You want to eat? No, it's not time. You just ate.
Now, I'm going to switch back because I don't know if, oops, I put it on the wrong one. I don't know if our microphones are working. I will play that again. But my heart melts every single time I see this. I don't know if you all could hear it properly, but the cat literally just goes, "Oh," when she says it's not time to eat. Let's play it again, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of this.
My goodness.
You want to eat? No, it's not time. You just ate.
Oh, my heart melts every single time I see that. It's too cute. Absolutely adorable. I'm probably going to get copyright claimed for that, but you know, it is what it is. What more could go wrong these days? But I hope everyone is doing well. We're all struggling. You know, we're all our lives are definitely in a different place right now than what we're used to, and I hope that everyone is doing all right with that. It is trying times. I have actually, I shouldn't say we made the decision this week that I'm going to go ahead and take the next 3 weeks off, which is a little scary, but because of you, all of you, we're actually able to do that. If there was no YouTube channel, there would be no option. I would have to go out and I would have to be going into people's houses and fixing furniture, and it would be gross, and it just is what it is. So thank you so very much for that. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be flooding the internet with a bunch of videos, though. Instead, what we're actually going to do is get very, very far ahead of the game and be booked for hopefully months by the time this 3 weeks is over. Hopefully, we've got months worth of videos in the bank, and then we can kind of put our hands back behind our heads and say, okay. I don't know. But one of the things that we will be doing is a Tanks of Our Lives episode, which we're going to talk about in a little bit when we get into the segment about the stupid things that people say. That's going to be a Tanks of Our Lives video. So next thing to get into, I talked about all this yesterday, but you know, I did a surprise live stream yesterday, and you know, there wasn't as many people in as we get for the Thursday nights, which is expected. And so I talked about this then. I'm going to talk about it again now for the people who weren't here. If you look behind, well, you can't see it. Your head is blocking it. If you move your head a little bit.
Which way?
That way.
That way.
I think so. Yeah. You can see, well, you really can't, but
Wrong way?
it's not your fault. It's just too dark back there. But I did build 2 racks for her tanks. One of them you can kind of see, but then you really can't because the lights are off back there. But really excited about that. Going to be doing a video on that this coming Tuesday. And it's going to house 12 tanks, but I'm not going to tell you what they are because that'll spoil the surprise. So you'll have to watch for the video on Tuesday. Excited about it, and I'm glad to have it done. And with this extra time that I've had here over the last few weeks, or few days, I was able to do it. Basically, the best thing about it was I was just able to take my time. It wasn't one of those things where I had to get it done in one day. I was able to take my time and enjoy it, and I did it all outside, which is nice. It was just a fun project. So,
and the weather was perfect.
Weather was perfect, and it rained on the last day, but I just brought the racks in here, and my daughter and I painted them down here in the basement. We put a big tarp down, and it was all good. So anyway, be looking for a video on that this coming Tuesday. And I guess there's nothing really more to update people on. What did you think about her tank versus my tank? We didn't really make that a real thing, but it kind of turned into a thing. There's so many people are putting up comments on her video. Yours is so much better than his, and all of this.
I really like your tank. I think your tank was beautiful for, you know, maybe somebody who is just starting out that doesn't have experience with live plants. I think it's perfect. Definitely. It's a perfect beginner tank.
It's perfect. It's easy to maintain. The equipment is easy to maintain. You have the same equipment on yours. Yeah, super easy. Everything about it. Betas are easy fish, so that helps too. One of the common questions that we're getting on both my video and yours is, will there be tank mates? And the answer is absolutely yes. I've been trying to get her to give me, you have like 5 or 6 Ember Tetras. I've been trying to get her to give me those, and she won't do it.
Because they're
and
mine.
It's really mean,
They're
and
my
it hurts
fish.
my feelings, but...
Go get your own.
Well, I can't go outside. Anyway, I don't want to get demonetized here on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, Scott might be in his tank by himself for a little while, and then we'll put some tank mates in there. I think I want to do Ember Tetras in there with them because they're so tiny and they're so cute. And yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
You want to get into these letters?
Sure.
You want to do yours first, and then I'll do mine. You do your, because it's about betas. You do yours, and we know Lefty's in here.
Yes.
So do that, and then I'm going to put the camera on you, and then I'll do mine. Well, we'll both talk about both, but.
Well, I'm not going to read the entire letter, but I got a really nice letter from Lefty, and I appreciate it. I love when people type it up and send it in or handwrite it or whatever, because it's awesome to have that, just to have that hold in your hand paper copy that somebody took all that time and put all of their thoughts down and mailed a letter and put a stamp on it and did all that. To me, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I like that a lot. And Lefty, I am so happy to hear that your tank is working out. And it's beautiful. I have your picture here.
You can
Your
show it.
scape. Your scape is beautiful. It's really hard to see the betas, but you can get a general idea of the scape, and it is so pretty. Can you see it?
Yep.
I love it. You did an amazing job. So, and then you asked me, I believe, a couple questions about, let me find it. Well, you did say something about writing a paper on female beta sororities, and I will not be doing that, but thank you for thinking of me as somebody that could do that successfully, but I'm probably not going to do that. And then you were saying something about, oh, I see, it's right here. This one's cute. Also, I talked to the guys at Live Fish Direct about my Mbuna tank, so before you yell at me, they told me I could do it. I only have a 30-gallon for them. They said I could do 8 to 15, leaning towards 10, maybe 12. You think it's possible? I'm not afraid of taking risks. I spent $200 on guppies to breed for profit. As far as a 30-gallon, I think I wouldn't even recommend a 30-gallon for Mbunas. I would say the smallest tank, if you're going to set one up, I would say 55, and that is still probably small because with your African cichlids, with your Mbunas, your peacocks, haps, even though you're going with just the Mbunas, I think that, you always want to have more to keep the aggression down. And I think having the amount that you need, I think it's overkill for a 30-gallon. You should definitely have at least a 55. And with that, I would say 10 and no more. And if you want to
10 of the smaller ones.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd stay away from like the bumblebees and the Uratus. I'd stay with the more less aggressive ones, like maybe your, what do you call them?
Like the green Afras and the and the Cichlids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We haven't had any aggression issues with
the
those.
yellow labs and the white labs and snow whites. Yeah, they're probably your best bet. And you said you're going to go through Live Fish Direct. I couldn't think of a better place to go for Mbunas. I'm going to be putting in my own.
Oh, breaking news, folks! Breaking news.
I'll be putting in my own order here soon. We're not, going to get them for free or anything. I'm putting in an order. And being a customer, and I'm going to pick out my own Mbuna, and I'm going to have a really nice tank. So, but anyway, that's a totally different subject. But thank you, Lefty, for the letter. I appreciate it. And thank you for the stamp and your address and the envelope. And I will send you a letter back.
How about that? Pen pals.
Yeah.
Let me go through these real quick before we get too far ahead of ourselves. KMJUEB with the 99-cent super chat, nothing else attached to it. Thank you so much for that. Lefty, again, is just dominating the live stream so far with $10. I've seen a pH of 7.5, 7.6, 7.8, 8.2, and 8.6 for Mbunas. My tap water is 6.6 using crushed coral and African cichlid sand. After a month, the tank's stable at 8.4. Did I go too high, or is that fine? It's a little high. I don't want to say that it would be too high. I think you'll probably be all right. The biggest thing is the consistency part of it. I mean, I think you'll be good to go. It is a little much. That's a big swing from 6.6 to 8.4. So my fear would be that it would be difficult to maintain that level. But yeah, I mean, I think they'll be fine. These fish adapt very quickly, particularly African cichlids. They're not fragile fish. They're very hardy fish. So you should not have too many problems there. But if you asked me before you did it, I would have told you maybe don't go up that high, but you know, you're okay. Lisa NJ, I'm pretty sure has been a member before, has decided to become a member again. Maybe she was at a different level. Kyle Dugan, I don't know, with the €2, $2 in euros. I guess that's what that is. Keep getting fungus on my eggs. Please help. There are so many different types of eggs. There are so many different types of egg layers. That is a very difficult, very broad question to answer. If they're African cichlid eggs, it's because they need to be moving. You need to look into an egg tumbler. If it's angel eggs, it could be that there's not enough water movement over it. The parents...
Or they may not be fertilized.
That's true. That's true too. It could be that the parents aren't doing a good job of maintaining them. And if you need to help the eggs through, then we'd start to incorporate things like air stones and methylene blue, stuff like that. But there's so many different types of egg layers. It's very difficult, but obviously something's not right. It could be the parents are going through the motions, but they're, maybe not sexually mature yet. Yeah. Obviously the female is, she's laying the eggs, but maybe the male's not doing a good job. There's probably a 1,000-page book that could be written on different reasons why there would be fungus on eggs. But because we kind of made our mark on this YouTube thing with African cichlids, I'm going to assume you're talking African cichlids. If you have African cichlid eggs and they are not moving, they will fungus and die every single time. So you need to look into an egg tumbler. There's a bunch of them that are commercially available, or you can DIY them. Very simple. I've even got a video on my channel how to DIY them. But I'm going to say this very clearly. These are specifically for mouth brooding cichlids, folks. If you're an angel breeder, don't be scraping the eggs off and putting them in an egg tumbler. It's not going to work. This is specifically for mouth brooders, because basically when you put eggs in a tumbler, you're mouth brooding the eggs for the mother. So there you go. Stephen LeBlanc became a new member. Welcome to the team. Buddha, here we go. We jumped. Buddha Aquariums gave a $5 super chat and became a member. How about that? Nice. Wow, we've got a bunch of members here tonight. Sam Rudder became a member. NC Epistos became a member. Very, very exciting. Unfiltered Aquarist. For the TP fund, $10. We haven't had a huge struggle getting toilet paper.
Yeah, but it's not at the stores. I
know, go at the right time.
Well, I know the managers, and I'm a regular grocery shopper, so they know me, and they're like, hey, be here at Monday morning at 7 a.m. and you'll get your toilet paper. I'm like, okay. So you just got to go at the right time.
Yep. I don't have to worry about that.
I like to wait, though. I give people that really need something the opportunity to get it first. I'm kind of the one that gets there, and there's only like maybe one or two left, and then I get it.
Gage Faria, my holding female keeps flashing her mouth. Worry? I don't know what you mean by flashing her mouth.
Like, is she probably maybe going against something with her mouth? Maybe the
she's
fry,
organizing them.
Yeah, the fry are moving around a lot because they're almost ready to come out, and she's probably adjusting them so they don't come out on their own.
Yeah, I mean, or it could be. A lot of times they will do a motion that almost looks like they're gargling. It'll be like this. I know how weird that looks, but they'll do that a lot. And basically, what the female is doing is moving the eggs around in her mouth. So it could be that there's some of that going on. That's going to become a meme, and I know it. But anyway, but yeah, it could be that. It's probably that she's just keeping things. Maybe they're misbehaving in her mouth, and she's like, "Hey, knock it off." You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't worry about it too much. Until you have something to worry about, don't worry about it. That's the way I look at it. Guess I need new stocking ideas for my 30-gallon. What y'all got? At an 8.4 level, thought your advice against Mbunas in a 30, but had to ask anyway. Thought you'd advise against.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Learn to read, John. We've done Mbunas in a 30-gallon and, for breeding purposes to keep things contained and stuff like that. And it's worked out fine. But as a show tank, I definitely wouldn't do that. As far as my advice for that 30-gallon tank would be to get that coral out of there, get all that stuff out of there to get the pH back down. And then your whole world opens up to community fish and all of that, instead of trying to get fish to match water that you have altered, that you have buffered, and you're going to struggle to chase that pH all the time. Just get rid of it. Save that substrate for your Mbuna tank, the bigger one that you set up later on, and use your 6.6, and everybody will live happily ever after.
Get some rams. Get some German blue rams.
Yeah, especially in a 30-gallon tank. I mean, you've got a lot of community fish that can go very, very safely in there. Colton Curry got an 8-inch black arowana today. Super excited. That is super exciting. I hope he's in the right size tank. That's a beautiful, beautiful fish for sure. Cody G with the $5.99 Australian. Stay safe. Love the videos. We're staying home. That's what we're doing. I would love to be able to say what Samuel L. Jackson said. That'd be fun. But we could do it and we wouldn't get demonetized. But
you can't put that video up.
I'm not going to share that video. There's a very funny Samuel L. Jackson video on YouTube.
It's so funny how you keep bringing up the videos that I show you, but at the time you're like, another video?
I was busy. What do you want from me? Okay, now there's another letter here, and then we're going to get into the stupid things that fish keepers say. I got a kick out of this. There's a lot of cool stuff in this letter, and one of the best parts about this letter is the fact that it's from a 10-year-old. So here is the letter with pasted on or taped on photos of the fish. Looks like it's a really long letter. It's not. We'll get through it pretty quick. Don't worry.
Adorable.
It's very adorable. Hi, my name is Joe, and I'm 10 years old. I've been a subscriber for about a year now. 9 years old, subscribed to us. I just wanted to say I really like your channel. I wanted to write this letter to ask you a few questions. I have question number 1. They're numbered very appropriately. Number 1, I have a 29-gallon tank with a small pleco, 2 male dwarf gouramis, 2 albino cory catfish, and 5 serpe tetras. Questions: do you think this is too many fish and that they go well together? Let me pay attention to the list. Small pleco, I hope it's not a common pleco. I hope it's bristle nose or something like that. Then we're not going to argue about it. 2 male dwarf gouramis, perfectly fine in a 29. 2 albino cories, perfectly fine. 5 serpe tetras. I say you're good, Joe. I think you're fine with the stocking that you have. But then you go, what do you think? I mean, do you agree with that? Or
Well, I mean, the cory's like the school. That's the only thing.
Okay. So, yeah, that's true.
He's a beginner.
But he's got 2 in there. So
Yeah,
he's
2.
at least it's not one by itself.
Okay.
So do you think this is too many fish, and will they all go well together? I think they're fine. I agree with Marie, though. I'd say add a couple more of those albino cories, or really any cories, and you should be good. Can I add an angelfish if I would like to? This one I would probably advise against.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like angelfish. Look behind her. I've got 6 of them back there. Love angelfish. 29 gallon, I think is acceptable for angels, but with all those other fish in there, I'm not sure that I would like that. But listen, dude, all you got to do is talk to mom and dad. You're obviously a good kid. You write these letters to people on YouTube. You're obviously a good kid. Mom, dad, do you understand what's going on in New York right now? It's horrible here. I really need another aquarium. That's all you got to do. Sucker them into getting you another aquarium.
It might be a little hard to get one right now in
when
New
things
York.
Settle down,
Yeah,
you can go get another one. Get a 55 gallon, put 4 or 5 angels in there. You'll be in good shape. I have artificial plants. Is that okay for this tank? Yes. Perfectly fine.
Of course John's going to say yes.
Well, there's no time artificial plants aren't. It's not like there's going to be bad for fish. There are people that would argue against having them with betas because they could ruin their fins, blah, blah, blah. But
I know.
we've never had a beta get damaged from plastic plants. But anyway, it's been a long time until I set up that tank. We haven't had plastic plants in quite some time. If I wanted to get into saltwater, do you have any suggestions? Saltwater aquariums are a completely different hobby than freshwater. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way, because it's not. I think it's fascinating, and I want another saltwater tank in my life coming up. And I'm going to do one. I'm going to get one. But it's impossible.
I think it's so funny. You're going to get a saltwater tank, but you don't do live plants. Okay, go ahead. You can continue. I just had to put that out there.
Anytime she has a chance to insult me, she's going to do it. We're at, I thought I saw 593. We're at 582 people watching. I would love to get over 600 without having Corey on. That'd be really nice.
Poor
Can you all
Corey.
talk to your friends and get 583? Come on, let's get it up over 600. That'd be a lot of fun. Get your mom to come on and watch for a little bit. Get your little brother to come on and watch for a little bit. Anyway, back to Joe. So for saltwater, dude, what I would tell you is get a good grasp of freshwater first. Understand the science behind a freshwater tank. And if you do, when you go over to saltwater, yes, it is completely different, but it's also kind of the same. You just got to learn how to use a refractometer and stuff like that to check the salinity level in the water. Wow, I sound like a saltwater fish keeper. And it's not as difficult as people are going to act like it is. It's really not. But water changes are different. Keeping the water, chemically balanced and all of this kind of stuff is a little bit more challenging. And don't even get me started on corals. So you got plenty of time right now, Joe. Watch as many saltwater videos as possible from as many saltwater YouTubers as possible. There's plenty of them out there. There's as many, if not more, saltwater channels out there as there are freshwater channels. Just be a sponge because it is a different world. But if you understand a freshwater aquarium, it'll help you to understand saltwater, and you'll be good. I would like to start a tank of just cool platies like swordtails, maybe like 20 of them. How large should this tank be? 20 platies. I'm going to say a 55. That's for 20. Yeah, I'm going to say a 55. And we're going to end the argument right there. Last question, and this one is just so cute. This is the cutest question, and I wish the answer to this question was yes. I really want a silver arowana, and you spelled it correct, Joe, except for 2 letters, an extra W and an extra N. You got them in the right order, but after he spelled arowana, he then put in parentheses, I don't know how to spell it, which is cute. You got close though. Arowana. You put in an extra W, you put in an extra N. But I only have a 29-gallon tank. Is there like a mini one that will fit in a 29-gallon tank?
Oh, that's so cute.
I wish the answer was yes. If the answer was yes, I would have them.
Yeah.
But the answer is no. And do not let people con you into believing that a Giardini arowana, they stay so much smaller than silver arowanas. Yeah. They do, but they still get pretty good size. I think they can get like 22, 24 inches. So, unfortunately, my friend, there is not going to be an arowana for a 29-gallon tank. But, I will tell you, and I only tell my special friends this, the first tank I set up for an arowana was a 29-gallon tank. And I'm pretty embarrassed by that. I was 9 years older than you when I did that. And I was dumb. I was not as smart as you. I did not ask people before I did it. I just did it because I thought I knew better. And it was a meteoric mistake. So, and then he sent in a few pictures and said, can you tell me if the tanks look good? The tanks do look good. They are adorable. I love your gouramis. They're very cute. You sent a picture of a cave with a pleco in it that you can't see the pleco, which is so cute. So I can't really comment on that, but the cave is cute. And then the Serpes, I am a sucker for Serpe tetras. I absolutely love them. And then he included the cutoffs of the pictures too. This kid is adorable. Yeah, and Joe, we're going to be sending you some things here coming up here soon. So hopefully the mail system in New York has not been completely shut down. So thank you for that. That is a special thing to get stuff in the mail, especially when it's from a 10-year-old. I think that's super cool. So let me see. 611. How about that? We did it. We have triumphed, and we didn't have Corey on it.
Okay,
Whoever.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're done for the night. Thank you very much. Whoever shared it out and all of that kind of stuff, I appreciate it very much. Apparently one of those was Multi-Tank Addiction. Let me get through these here real quick.
And Candy.
Well, I'm looking at the super chats, not the chat. I haven't gotten there yet. So while I go through these, folks, now is the time. Now is the time to start putting in the chat the stupid things that fish keepers say. The stupid things fish keepers be saying. Here's the deal. Lisa and I came up with the idea of doing a Tanks of Our Lives episode of the stupid things fish keepers say. You know exactly. Right. You know exactly how this episode is going to be. Steve says something stupid. Karen thrashes him for it and makes him look like an idiot and talks about Beach Boys and Trey Cool and all. Anyway, if you haven't watched Tanks of Our Lives, you have no idea what I'm talking about here. But that's how the episode will end up being written. However, I'm struggling a little bit to come up with the best stupid things fish keepers say. Obviously, we've got the go-tos. Fish only grow to the size of the tank. Things like that. Those are kind of obvious. What I want to hear from you are the craziest things that fish keepers have said that just made you shake your head. Things that make you go, that's what I want from you. And the best ones, we will actually incorporate those into the video. We will make the decision tonight. You got your pad right there. I'm going to get a piece of tape. I'm going to give you a pen.
Oh.
I can write them down. I mean, it doesn't have to be you.
Think I am your secretary?
Yes, absolutely. We will make the decision tonight on the stupid things fish keepers say. We don't have any number in mind. It would make a real good 10 things episode, but the best ones are the ones that we're going to go with, but we're probably not going to actually reveal what the best ones are on this. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a surprise and it'll be motivation for you to watch Tanks of Our Lives. While you come up with those things and you put them in the chat, I will get through these real quick.
Bob Kaler made a good, a good statement here. All we have to do is watch funk streams.
True.
Yeah.
Very, very true. I could name a few other YouTubers too, but I don't want to start any drama. Kyle Duggan, already did that one. So you got another shout out. Thank you so much. Lefty, going to have to cut you off, my friend, because you're starting to commandeer our live streams and
Okay,
give us
Lefty.
way too much money.
Thank you,
So,
Lefty.
spent my week watching old videos. Started with your first. Sorry, the comment spam.
Wow.
OMG, Lisa, I was looking at German blues in If the Mbunas Were a No-Go.
Yeah,
See, there you
that's
go.
perfect.
You just got caught on camera drinking out of the SpongeBob pineapple. There's wine in there, folks.
It's not. It's,
G-rated.
it's
We're supposed to be.
water. Ice water.
Yeah. Okay. Blake's Aquatics with the $2 Crustacean Nation Raid. Hashtag Sir Prawn a lot sent us. Well, that's cool. Maybe that's how we got up over 600 something. I am not familiar with Sir Prawn a lot, but hey, that sounds like a cool dude to me. I like it. We've never had one of those before where it's a raid from another stream. That's cool. I've seen it done, but we've never had it done for us.
I participated in one once. It was fun.
Aquariums maintained by Andy with the $2 for the saltwater tip jar. Lefty again. Wait, I forgot. Got so much hate for keeping a sorority on Facebook. Why do people say these fish have to be solitary? People even saying males don't do good with mates. Listen.
You will never make everybody happy.
And beta people are militant. And I don't mean, some of them cross the line. They do. Some of them can push things a bit too far. But they are crazy about their betas. It just is what it is. Goldfish people are the same way. I mean, heck, cichlid people are that way. Discus people are that way. Flowerhorn people, it doesn't really matter, what kind of clique you're in, what kind of niche you're in. There are going to be people that are going to be absolutely crazy about those. And if they see anything that they don't like, they will just rip you apart for it. Welcome to the internet, my friend. I mean, it's just something that you have to get used to. And I guess everybody from the Sir Prawn a lot went back because we're back down to 598. Oh, it breaks my heart.
And do not ever call your tank a manly tank or a womanly tank. So.
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah. We had enough fun with that last week, but that stream turned out to be a total bomb, and I apologize. It's all my fault. I thought it was going to be better, and it was a absolute failure. Multi-Tank Addiction shared the live stream. Thank you for that, my friend. He'll be on in the middle of the night sometime. What's it, 11:30 or something like that? He streams tonight.
Who?
Chris.
Oh, okay.
River Life, you guys are awesome. Lurking and watching a musical with River Wife. He can't see the picture there. Oh. Maybe, let's see. If I put the camera on you, you can see it if the camera's on you. Yep.
There?
Yep. Rack's probably not here anymore because he's watching a musical with his wife.
That's so sweet.
But there is the picture of Rack and me and Angela and Lisa at Dickie's Barbecue.
Yep. When they came to King George.
They did. The second visit that week that we had from Rack, which was very, very cool. So thank you so much for that, Rack. $20. Whew, big spender tonight. Aquarium Conversations, dumbest thing when buying and acclimating new fish. The water in the bag is safe to put in your tank. I've never done it, but what do you think? That's a pretty dumb thing. Is it like blaspheme? No. I mean, if your aquarium is a good size, if you have a 2-gallon and you're putting a little, some shrimp in there and that's probably bad because that water can get contaminated really fast because it's a small amount. But if you have a little bag of fish and you put it in that 90-gallon behind Marie, it's not going to hurt nothing, but you still shouldn't do it. I don't know if that, but that's one to put in the running for sure. For the Tool episode. Road King Jr., and I lost it. Hi, John and Lisa. I've never had to move before with my fish house to house. What would be the best way to transport them? Is it a terrible idea to leave them in the tank with low water levels? And that's a $15 super chat attached to that. What? We have done it before that way, Road King.
Do you want to put you on the camera at all?
Oh, yeah, you can't see me. Yeah, see, thank you, producer. Sorry. I mean, it's easier to look at her anyway, though, isn't it?
Lefty said it. It's kind of funny.
So you made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, I feel like an idiot. But we've done it that way. But the reason why we did it that way was because we were moving 127 tanks and they were all full of fry. And we were moving them 300 yards down the road. So it was drain the tank down, move it into the tank, drive it over, move it into the shop, fill it back up again. It was basically no different than doing a big water change for the fish. If you're moving across country, that could probably be a problem. If you're moving, let's say within 30 minutes, then I think you'd probably be okay. The biggest challenge, though, is getting the water down low enough where it's not splashing out and taking the fish with it. Yeah. But then you also can't get it so low that it's not enough for the fish. So it is a struggle. I would not do that unless there's no other choice. For us, we would have still been moving the tanks. 7 years later, we would have still been moving the tanks if we bagged up all those fish. We had thousands of fish. We were breeding fish. So it would have taken us a year and a half to do that. So, yeah, for us, it was kind of a no-brainer. And plus, we were just moving them right down the street. If it is a long way, I would do whatever you got to do, whether it's plastic totes or buckets, stick some air stones in there if they're going to be in there for a while, and they will be fine. Fish transport better than a lot of people think they do. And a lot of people, and this is never a bad thing, overkill is never a bad thing if you're trying to go on the safe side, but people do kind of overkill it a little bit. They're putting in sponge filters and they're putting in air stones and heaters. And it's like, if you're moving 30 minutes down the road, that's really not necessary. That's kind of overkill, but it's not going to hurt them. So
unless it's 20 degrees. I get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure. But I mean, it's springtime, so it shouldn't be 20 degrees. Furlough's Fish Room with the $5. Hey, John and Lisa, do you think it would be plausible to do an updated series on breeding African cichlids, or maybe even 10 things on it? Yes, it would be plausible when African cichlids become popular again. Because if I was going to do a series like that, it would be something that I would spend months working on. Not like I did when I first started the channel. This would be a major thing that would involve interviewing other breeders. It would involve getting people like Rick Biro on the phone or on Skype and involve him in the series, one of the most legendary African cichlid breeders on earth. There would be a lot involved in it. And unfortunately, right now, African cichlids are popular, but they're not as popular as they were 4 years ago when they were the hottest thing in the world. So
you mean when we shut KG Tropicals down?
Yeah, they disappeared when we shut the shop down. But
we should bring them back.
I would like to do something like that again, and it might be something that happens when I start to become desperate for content. Because that's I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's going to come a day where 10 things there's not going to be any more topics. And so there's going to be that. And then, you can only redo a fish room so many times. So if we're desperate for content, I could absolutely see doing something like that. But again, I would want to get other people involved. It would be a big thing. So don't hold your breath, I guess, would be what I would say, because I could see it, but don't be losing sleep waiting for it. Stephen LeBlanc with the Canadian $2 under 7-inch Peacock Hap tank, 55-gallon tank. How many fish in it? Under 7-inch. What kind of haps are they under? Anyway, if it's peacocks and you need to be like maybe 8 peacocks and haps, and that's still kind of pushing it. I don't know what kind of haps you're talking about that are under 7 inches, but
haps get pretty big.
Haps get uncomfortably big.
Leatherknops don't get quite as big.
Taiwan reefs, empresses don't get as big. But so there are some.
They get larger than peacocks. That's the thing. But yeah, there's some smaller haps, but
How about we'll say this. If your filtration is on point and you are on your game when it comes to maintenance, 6 to 8. That's what I'm going to tell you.
and even then, 6 to 8. For African cichlids, you need a good amount to keep the aggression down.
Haps not as much though. Not as much with haps. And peacocks are hit or miss. You never really know. Fishy Biz Aquatics. When is Lisa's Racks episode? I know what you're doing there. You're being a rascal. Tuesday. It's going to go up Tuesday. They're actually sitting right behind her.
Everybody gets to see my racks on Tuesday.
Now, wait a minute.
Fish tank racks.
Yeah. I said it on the stream the other day. I want to name it Lisa Has a Nice Rack. I want to name it that so bad, but you're never going to let me do it. Aquarium Conversations became a member. Welcome to the team. Lady Aquatics. I liked last week's stream. It was fun and funny. Well, thank you. I thought it was a disaster. If you liked it, then I appreciate that very much. Kindred Farms with the $5. And the king of DIY himself makes an appearance in our stream with the $50. Good Lord. The big spender today. Haircut money for John. This is all the hair I got. You're the one that actually has hair now, Joey. So you are the one that needs the haircut. This right here is free, except for the ridiculously expensive razors that I use, which I've actually switched to Harry's, and those are cheaper now too. But yeah, this does need to go down a bit because when it gets longer, it looks grayer and it makes me look like an old timer. So thank you for...
Looks sophisticated.
That's what you say, but I still don't believe. Thank you for making the appearance, Joey. That always means a lot. Alan Colton, you guys are the best. I think you meant best. $20. Good Lord. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, there's a guy right up above you in the super chat list that would argue that we are the best, and he would have the numbers to show it. But thank you so much. That is very nice of you. What is Joey doing? Good Lord. Katie Weaver with the $2. I think a 10-gallon will be big enough. What's that for? What's the $10 big enough? What's the 10-gallon big enough for? Yeah, you figure that out. I'm going to move on because we need to get onto this topic. Love my wet pets. Got to love that guy. Cichlids are psycho fish. They can be. Sometimes you get them where everything balances out like my 240 is right now. It's fine. There's a couple of little scars here and there, but nothing, too catastrophic. They're doing really well. So
they're doing pretty good.
But they are definitely that wild card fish. You never know. One day they're going to be great. The next day they're going to, there's going to be all hell breaking loose in your tank. All cichlids are too aggressive. That hurt to type. Yeah, that's from Multi-Tank Addiction. No, they're not. I mean, discus aren't aggressive. Rams aren't aggressive.
Discus can be a little aggressive if they're breeding.
Now, see, I see what Joey's doing now, and that's actually funny. And that is worthy of a $100 super chat. Good Lord, Lisa's rack money. Can't wait to see. You can actually see Lisa's rack in the video right now if she... Yeah, that went too far.
Yeah, let me scoot over so you can see them.
Yeah, there you go. See, it looks very dainty. They're for small tanks. So yeah, when you see Lisa's racks on Tuesday, you'll see what those are all about. Thank you so much. $150, which translates to like $3,000 American. I don't know how it translates, but that's very, very cool of you, Joey. Thanks a lot. Monday O'Reilly. I'm never going to get to the end of this and get to the topic. Dumb thing I hear fish people say all the time at work. It's okay to put this goldfish in a tiny tank. They don't live that long anyway.
Aww.
That could be a finalist right there. That's a good one. And let me make this very clear, folks. Thank you so much, Monday, for that. You do not have to super chat these things in here. I understand the logic. It's guaranteed that they're going to see it if I super chat it. I understand that. This is open to everybody. It does not need to be super chatted. That would be awfully cruel if I was to do that, and awfully greedy. I don't need to worry about it because I'm getting all the money from Joey tonight. Joey stole the show. Yeah, that happens when Joey shows up places. Aquarium Conversations, again, dumb thing.
Did
I skip somebody?
Yeah, Fishy Biz.
Oh,
Did you do that on purpose?
I did, because I knew it wasn't going to be anything nice. Fishy Biz, John Goatee is social distancing from his nose. Yeah, that's fun. Thank you for that. Look, it's a little bit out of control right now. Everybody's picking on me now. Whatever. I'm afraid. I used to diet all the time. Obviously not diet. I used to dye it, but I don't like to do it as much anymore because it's kind of obvious. We're on streams every week, and people are going to be like, "Look at that idiot! He's dyeing his goatee." Anyway, thank you for all of the goatee banter. Okay, now we did the aquarium conversations. Dumb thing, clean filter with tap water. That is another good one. I like that one, and that is one that I did think about while I was kind of putting the whole thing together. Might go with that. We'll have to see. King and Queen Cichlids with the $10. We're getting rich tonight. That's just the way it's happening right now. Live on YouTube. We're getting rich. We're going to go buy a vacation home. Can't touch Joey, but here, have 10 of my dollars. That's very cool of you, Scott. Appreciate that. I think we'll be meeting tomorrow night again. They're trying to do that again. We've been doing little YouTube hangouts. It's been fun. We'll have to see about that. Basics Aquatics with the $2.99. Advice for CO2 and high tech. Love the stream. Ouch. There's always got to be those questions that come in. And when there's money attached, I wish I could click on it and say, hey, give this person their money back. Because you paid $3, and unfortunately, we've never done high-tech tanks, so there's not really any advice that either of us could give. We've tried, and it's just...
You tried. I didn't try.
Well, you bought it.
Because you asked me to.
It was one of those things that I don't know. Those are hard. Those high-tech tanks are hard. All right, so let's see some of the fun things people be saying. Have you seen any yet that have come through? I'm going to scroll back here. Oh. So many big red ovals up at the top of the screen. It's a beautiful thing. Name the stream. You will get 2,000 viewers for sure. Name what stream? What? People are saying dumb things John asked for. Oh, okay. See, I hate reading chat. More is better when it comes to cichlids, so about 6 per gallon should be okay. Whoa, yeah, see, that we could almost use something like that.
Are we buffering?
No, it doesn't say that on here.
Oh, I guess I'm the only one buffering.
It's because our internet is trash. I like that. More is better when it comes to cichlids. Hopefully you all can hear me. She is concerned that this is frozen. It says excellent connection, so I'm assuming everything's okay. Make a note of that if you could. I'm backed up all the way to King and Queen's super chat. Oh, you can't even see it. Okay.
Yeah.
John, you adopt Asian arowana from Joey as you can't own one. I would do it in a heartbeat if I could, but I can't, so I won't. 10 gallon big enough is the dumb thing, my dude. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you read it backwards. All right, so I'm going to scroll back here. Okay, so here's how we'll do it. We'll use Joey's $100 super chat as the marker. If you've put it above that, please copy it and paste it again so that I see it. I don't want to scroll backwards. That's kind of boring. So we'll start there. Biggest clickbait title ever. Hopefully that's not what I did. Okay, so Joey super chats, so we get the word Joey 643 times in the chat. So let me find where the end of that is. You can totally put those 10 cichlids in a 20 gallon. Not bad. Not bad at all. John, oh, there it is again. Do you have any more advice for Molly's balloons? We could talk about Molly's all day long, but I don't want to get too far off of what we're trying to discuss here tonight. Isn't Canadian dollar weaker than U.S.? Yeah, I was making a joke because I didn't want to cheapen. That's a lot of money. No matter how you look at it, that's a lot. I wanted to make a big deal out of it. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have said, do you think this 10-gallon will be big enough for the dumb things? It should have said, do you think this 10-gallon will be big enough? Now, see, that is something that we thought about also, like have Steve be putting a ridiculous fish in a 10-gallon tank. But we've kind of already done that with the second episode had the Oscar in a 10-gallon tank. So I did think about that, but it would kind of be rehashing what we've already done. So they forgot the topic of the video. What's happening here? I don't know why. What are people complaining about? Cribs are not aggressive. It's good. Is one bigger than the other? Such a nice rack. This is fun. Lisa's showing them to us now. Zen Ginger, you behave. Stop this. What are we stopping? More is better when it comes to cichlids. About 6 per gallon. Yeah, we already got that. That's good.
Yay, I'm finally back on.
Oh, congratulations.
Jeez.
You can actually see it. Okay, Lisa. Oh, yeah. We're back to where the rack is now because Joey wanted to see Lisa's rack.
I don't think that's how it went.
Wanted to break my balls about my goatee and then wanted to see your rack. That's okay. You can keep neons with angels and discus. That's not a stupid thing. You can do that all day long. I mean, maybe that's somebody answering somebody else. I put goldfish in my koi pond and they lived about 10 years. That's not stupid either. That's good. That's a very good thing. What's the conversion rate? You don't need bubble skeletons guarding treasure. That's fun. Does Lisa have a nice... Oh, you behave. They don't live long is more like with betas. Had a goldfish live for 5 years in a bowl. I was 4 when we got it. Leave me alone.
Aww.
Hey, there's a lot of 4-year-olds with goldfish in a bowl. So, it's not the 4-year-old's fault. Oh, please dye your beard. Why is everybody making fun of me tonight? It's not fair. All these people making fun of me. The goatee is getting gray now. John. See, this is getting out of control. I'm going to see how long my kid will keep this goldfish alive before I get them an actual pet.
Oh. Yeah, that one's good.
Write that down. Oh. We'd probably have to modify that slightly, but that's good. I like that a lot. Here's a dumb thing fish keepers say. At Multi-Tank Addiction, what's up, brother? That's a real dumb thing to say. I'm just breaking your balls, Scott. My fish keep dying, but everything is fine. That's good too. I like that too. We can actually go through this and go through it on replay. Just remember it's at like the 50-minute mark or whatever. If you're not able to write fast enough is what I'm saying. Leave John's goatee alone. His beauty salon is probably shut down at the moment. Yes, thank you. Select Pet, thank you. See? I mean, finally, somebody looking out for me a little bit here. My uncle once said, I had 2 guppies, one male and one female. The male died and the female turned into a male. If there is no males in the tank, the female turns male. Huh? Well, I mean, I've heard about that with betas. Amber was talking about something like that with betas. I've never heard that with guppies, though.
Because in the beginning, females, they look like females in the beginning. All of them. Sometimes.
Well, yeah. I mean, African cichlids do too, but it's not a male turning into a female, though. It's just, it was a female all along. It just didn't look, or it was, whatever. And my chat just skipped. Of course it did. Of course it did. But I know there we go. Okay. You can put your fish in the same day with Safe Start for an instant cycle. Now, see, that sounds outrageous, but it's actually true if you know what you're doing. Would I recommend that to a new fish keeper? And this is what Sarah Hicks is talking about here. Like a new fish keeper doing that. Goes, buys their first aquarium, sets it up that afternoon and puts the fish in there immediately. Yeah, we all know that's a disaster. And see, that's what's funny, because we've got videos where we say that, like, do not do that. But then we did that with our King Beta tanks. But people don't know what went on behind the scenes with media getting transferred and all this kind of stuff. Plus, we've cycled, at this point, probably 1,000 aquariums. And I mean, so we know what we're doing. We're comfortable with it. It's not our first rodeo, as much as I hate saying that. So we can do it, but a new fish keeper couldn't. And you watching this tonight, one of the 581 crazy people that are in here watching this tonight, you could probably all do it, but the person setting up their first aquarium can't. I don't think that's a bad one to put in the list. We can go back on replay and do it. That's a good one. We can do something with that. Just got my 10-gallon tank together today. 1 male beta, 3 white cloud minnows, 2 cories, 1 emerald, and 1 albino. There you go. Very, very cool. I love this one. This one is very short. You can write this down from Recon 338. Big filter means less water changes. I love that one. Don't know how we're going to be able to make that funny, but
that sounds like something stupid Steve would do.
That's why I like it so much. I like that. Because see, me and Steve have a lot in common, and we look alike too. People say that. I don't know where they hear that from, but I don't see the resemblance, but people say that it looks like me. Paintball / industrial CO2 is not the same as food grade. Okay. I hear a lot of people using paintball, though. Paintball CO2 for aquariums. I've never done it because, but I don't know if that's supposed to be the dumb things fish keepers say or what, but okay. Lisa NJ, is my female guppy pregnant? That is a dumb question. That is a dumb thing, because
sounds like something Steve would say.
The answer is 100% of the time yes, which is why that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Betas must live alone. That's not a stupid thing. It is an incorrect thing. Not a stupid thing, though, but worthy of yeah, sure. Betas live in dirty puddles. I like that one. We've actually already said that in that series of videos, though. The video with the beta in a vase, that beta never lived in a vase, folks. We put that beta in there for the video. We kind of talked about it then. Steve said, it's okay because they're raised in mud puddles, you know.
Right.
So, but that doesn't mean we can't do it again. I mean, we just did our second top 10 10-gallon fish videos. So you can repeat things, but that is a really big one. Yeah, we could almost do one too. It would not be a Tanks of Our Lives video. It would be more like a 10 things video, like the 10 most controversial statements, things. Maybe. Anyway, you don't have to worry about the amount of CO2 delivered until your fish start breathing funny. That's good. That's a good one. I don't know how advanced Steve's knowledge of CO2 would be, though. I don't know.
Probably 0.
Which is why he would say something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But Karen's knowledge isn't good enough to get on him about it. So.
Well, she could act like it. I mean, we are professional actors. We're like Tommy Wiseau. We're keeping this series going so that we're eligible for the Oscars. If you don't know who Tommy Wiseau is, look it up. Now, see, Scott said a really stupid thing. We asked what stupid things fish keepers say, and he says, Lisa looking lovely in the house as always.
Oh.
He said, I mean, I asked for stupid things, and that's what he said.
Poor Scott.
I might have already read this. That's very nice of you, Scott. And I do agree. Chelsea said, I had a worker at a professional tropical fish store that told me female betas can go with any other fish, but the males have to live in the bowl alone.
In the bowl alone.
See, we've had that twice now. So that almost has to be one of those things. This might turn into a 10 things episode. I really want it to be a tool episode. If we can get 15 things, we can do 10 on 10 things and 5 on Tanks of Our Lives. And that'd be beautiful because that would work out really well. Do them in sequential order. When do I need to do water change? The water is still clear. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. Silver arowana need 4-foot long tanks so they can't jump out of the tank. Thank you, Jupe. Jupe, I'm assuming is your name. Yeah, that's kind of an inside KG Tropicals joke there. I like that very much. Shows that you pay attention. You don't need to do a dedicated feeding for bottom dwellers. They eat algae and extra food. And I would add poop to that too. Yeah. Very, very good. I like that. Yeah, you don't need to worry about feeding those fish. They'll just eat the poop and stuff. Yeah, right. I like that. It's good.
And if your fish die, they'll just eat the fish.
Dumb thing. Sure, you can keep those shrimp with puffers. Snails too. Shrimp and snails go great in a puffer tank. Yeah, that's good. I like it. You can't have floating plants in a covered aquarium because they'll die. Good. Fun. We're getting a lot here. I think we might be able to come up with a 10 things and a tool episode out of this. True question. How many gallons will it take to fill my 55-gallon tank?
That's good. That is so funny.
We could have fun with that. That could work. I have a clown knife that will only eat tuna, no dry food. Oh. I don't know if that is a stupid thing or if I hope that's, I don't know. Okay, I just read that. I have to take the dog for a walk before the sun goes down all the way. All right. Yep, that's definitely something I've heard from a lot of stupid fish keepers. Thanks, Candy. Okay, that's not it. Fish only get as big as the tank they are in. Yes, that was one of the first things I said. That is definitely, I think that's almost like a lock that has to be in there. Even though it has been in the first episode or the second episode of the series, it is definitely still worthy of being in there because I think that is the dumbest thing that you hear fish keepers say. I'm going to have to try some different software because this thing is wrecking my computer. And I don't know why. Streamlabs is available on Mac now, by the way. All you streamers out there. I have a 29-gallon. What plants should I put in it? I'm putting harlequins in it. You're the plant person, so you go. You tell them.
Wait, what size tank? Because I'm not watching.
29 gallon.
I mean, swords, jungle vow. I mean, those are easy things just to start off with.
Anubias.
Yeah. Oh,
easier the better.
Anubias for sure. Just yeah.
This is oh wait, I skipped one. My uncle once said I had. Oh wait. Okay. Must have copied and pasted that because I swear I've already read that one about the females turning into males. I have live plants. I don't need to do water changes. That's a good one too. And easy to explain because it might extend the time between water changes, but yeah, you still need to do them. While selling corals, but how do trees be alive? But while selling corals, but how do trees? Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that one a little bit. Kaylor gets it, obviously, but I don't get that one. That one went right over top of my head. That's why I'm bald. So many things go over the top of my head, and I just don't even get it. Which filter is best for a 5-gallon? That's not a stupid thing the fish keepers say. Cold water fish can live warm water. Dumb thing. If you go to extremes, sure, yeah. Yeah, we can consider that one. Sure. Thanks for keeping it interesting and fun, but I'm out. Good night, all. Well, sorry, Donnie Brasco. I really appreciate what you did helping out the FBI back then in the 80s. Appreciate that. Lurking and working on tomorrow's video, but I'm here. Well, thank you, Scott. And don't forget complimenting Lisa, too. You were doing that before. I had someone say they wanted to get some chiclet fish. This person hasn't seen the first episode of Tanks of Our Lives. Shame on you. Be fishy. You got to click if you're watching this on desktop, which most people aren't, but if you're watching it on desktop or mobile, either one, underneath the video, you click where it says KG Tropicals. You go to that after the stream tonight. It's 20 more minutes. And you find the first episode of Tanks of Our Lives, which is called Aquariums Are Stupid. Watch that. You will hear the character Steve say the word chiclets within the first 45 seconds of that video. So yeah, that's not a bad one. Who needs lids? Good. Yeah. People who find fish on the floor, like dummies like me. It was only that one time. You know, I did a video about it. Look at this sweet cleaner fish. Whips out a Chinese algae eater.
Ooh, I got a funny one. Kevin says, does KG Tropical sell fish?
That's a dumb question.
We get that question so much. Emailed to us or...
What are your hours?
Yeah. I called and, yeah. I drove by came up from North Carolina.
Yeah, we've had that before,
So
and
sorry.
I've felt too bad to even respond. It's like
horrible.
I've been looking forward to this for months, and we drove up here with the whole family, and there's an antique store here. Where did you all move to?
Yeah, gosh.
Oh man, I feel bad. I mean, what am I supposed to do? We've said it 1.5 million times that we don't have it, but you know what? Somebody may have only seen one video on our channel, and it is one from back when we had the shop, and the email address is on there, and the website is on there, and all. I mean, I could go back and change it all, but
Yeah.
do I need fertilizer for my plastic plants? Corey and I talked about that, and he said that question is asked more commonly than you think, and it's hilarious. It's like, yeah. And you need to feed your stuffed animals too. Can Nemo go with my goldfish? I like that. That's good. Why did my beta fish kill my tetras? I bought 6 of them. I have a 10-gallon tank. That's stupid. No, I'm just kidding. This is somebody not following along with the topic and added that in there. Beta fish are not all these precious little snowflakes that won't ever hurt anybody. They are called Siamese fighting fish for a reason. Most of the time they're going to be fine, but sometimes you will have a bad apple, and it just happens. And so that could be it. Plus, I don't know what kind of tetras they are. If they're something like neon and you have a larger beta, you know, stay out of chat, John, remember? But that's not what this episode is about, Scott. So shame on you. First time watching the stream, still learning this hobby, but learn a lot from your videos. Keep up the great work, John and Lisa. Love you guys and what you do. Well, thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. Silver tip tetras with angelfish. Yes, absolutely. In fact, there's going to be a video about that soon. Top 10 angelfish tank mates. It's probably like 4 weeks from now, but it's coming. And we're going to be, we're going to have quite the catalog ready to be uploaded because of all of this extra time that we've got. I've got 2 Du Bois Tropheus, baby convict, lace Synodontis catfish, brown ghost knife fish, and clown loach in a 45. I'm worried about Tropheus aggression. I've got extra tank space. What do I do? You should worry about aggression, especially when we're talking about Du Bois.
And they're so cute and adorable when they're little, and then they're like,
yeah, they become tyrants. Yeah. I love that fish. I love the Du Bois eye.
too.
First of all, they don't keep their polka dots forever. I hate to break your heart, but they don't. I worry about the ghost knife. That's going to be the African knife fish. I worry about that one more than I do the Synodontis or the clown loach. The Synodontis is actually a Tanganyika fish from nature, from the same place that the Du Bois are. So I wouldn't worry about that. And I've seen many, many people successfully keep clown loaches with Africans. I would worry about the ghost knife because they have absolutely zero aggression. They're almost like a poodle in a pen full of Rottweilers. You know what I mean? They're just very easy. Like they wouldn't hurt a soul. So I would worry about that fish. If you said you have empty tank space, put the ghost knife in there. It's not a ghost knife. It's just an African knife fish. Put that in there and then should be fine. Okay. 2 male betas can be together if they're glowfish. Wow. Yeah, that would be just the word glowfish would be stupid enough.
just that and 2 male betas, and then the word glowfish is,
Stupid enough.
that's just bad altogether.
Are those forks in your pleco tank for decoration? That's cute. I like that. You don't need to cycle a beta tank. I like that. You know what? There's a lot of people that look at betas as like a disposable fish. They're a decorative fish. There's something to, it adds a dimension to your plants. You have a vase and you put plants in it. I'm going to be honest with you. My ex-wife did that. It was a big vase and it was plants, and then it was a clear vase and she put a beta in there. It's decoration. It's cute. There's a reason why she is called my ex-wife, but
it's a mistake that a lot of people make, though, in the beginning. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I did it as well.
The fact is, when it comes to betas,
long time ago,
there are more people mistreating betas than there are doing it well, doing it right.
I think if somebody is doing something like that, and then they're going on YouTube or doing research and whatever they're doing to try to make that beta have a better life, and they realize, oh, I did that, I'm doing that now, I'm making that mistake, I'm going to change it, then that's okay. They're going to do something better for the beta. But if they find out and they keep doing that and they keep that beta in a vase after doing the research and finding out that it's not good, and then they do it anyway, then yeah, that's a terrible person, in my opinion.
Another good one that I just came up with, and we've talked about this in a 10 Things video, but wouldn't it be cool to have betas as centerpieces at our wedding reception? That would be a stupid one.
Wow.
Red-tailed catfish won't get that big.
One of my mistakes.
We don't need to rehash that.
I know that, but one of my biggest regrets that was in a 10 Things video, it was similar. So, yeah.
And you were giving them to kids.
You learn a lot. And if you don't learn from those mistakes, then
you're a bad person.
Yeah, exactly.
Suckerfish eat poop and keep your tank clean so you don't have to do water changes. That one almost has to be in there. It almost has to be in there. A variation of that, the fact that, yeah, I don't have to clean my tank because I've got that fish in there. Yeah, that's absolutely a good one. If fish grow up together, they will be friends and not eat each other. Bravo to you. Who said that? Select Pet said that. Bravo. That might be the comment of the night right there, because I have never seen something be less true than that.
Can you imagine?
If that logic were true, a baby guppy could grow up with a baby Oscar and there never be a problem. I mean, we know what's going to happen there.
There won't be a problem for the Oscar.
That's right. The Oscar is going to get well fed by that guppy. Actually, not really, because there's not much to them. But yeah, that's bravo to that one. That one's a very good one. Any thought of what kind of live plant? Okay, that's not on topic. Where is your big aggressive fish? They are up in the garage still. Still kind of trying to figure out. We have a whole plan in place. This weekend, we're going to start moving tanks down so that we can make sure we show Joey Lisa's racks on Tuesday. Your face as soon as I said that. So once those smaller tanks are all down here, and we've actually got 10-gallon tanks all over our house, when those are down here, then we go to the 125s, or the 75 is going to come down hopefully this weekend too. And then we're going to go to the 125s, then the 240, and the 400 will be, or the 360 will be last. It could be summer before that tank comes down here.
I can't wait to get the 10s down, because Bubbles will come down.
Bubbles will be down here.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to have them all in one location for you, because you maintain them all. So yeah, there's a whole plan that we're going to do all of these in a particular order. And it's basically smallest to biggest. But not only that, it's getting the smaller tanks out of the way, which will then clear up room to bring the big tanks out. Because right now, her 125s are actually blocking an entire garage door. Mm-hmm. So with those out of the way, we can more easily get the 240 down. I could get the 240 down here with 4 people, and it won't be, I'm not even stressing about the 240, but that 360 is going to make me lose sleep. So,
I think the most stress I'm going to have is just trying to figure out which 125 I want right behind me, and then which one's going to go on that wall over there. So it's so stressful.
I mean, you almost want the people to be able to see the discus, but then you're like, well, I also want them to see my absolutely gorgeous beta sorority. So yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not going to make that decision for you. Just get a few sucker fish. They'll take care of your algae. Yeah, I mean, some of them actually will, but it's, you still got to do your job. Have you any advice for breeding betas? No, don't do it. That's the advice.
Unless you know what you're doing. I mean, I would never suggest just breeding a beta. I don't think that people should just say, hey, I'm going to go get a male and a female and I'm going to try this. I want to see what happens. No, don't do it.
You could end up with 300 babies and then what happens?
Yeah, and it's better to leave it up to the people that know what they're doing when they do it.
I missed this one earlier and I didn't mean to because it's a good one. And Woodsman White Smith is probably upset because I can see the exact point where I skipped this and I didn't mean to, and it's a good one. I'll have no problem selling all these convict babies. That's a good one. I can't.
Jack Dempsey babies.
Right. I can't see Steve saying that in a Tanks of Our Lives video, but that is a very good one. And that red bubble has been up there for a long time. Congratulations, Joey. Jeez. It should be. It should be. Somebody super chats $100. It should be up there the whole stream, as far as I'm concerned. And it practically is. Dumb thing. My water's cycled. Now, see, I like that. Because what that does is that gets into that. Here we go. Have you ever seen anyone post online that they have a problem with their fish and their water is actually not perfect? That doesn't happen. If you've been on any forum, any Facebook group, anything, I don't even think forums are a thing anymore. But if you look at anybody that posts anywhere about a problem that they're having with a fish, they always say their water is fine. Every single time. And I think that's what this is kind of alluding to. My water's cycled. Like, it's like, everything's fine. I don't need to worry about it. Everything's good. Yeah, I could get in trouble for that one though, because everybody is always, I don't know why this keeps happening, but my fish are all dying. My water's perfect. If your fish are all dying, your water's not perfect. I mean, that's kind of like an oxymoron. So yeah, maybe we'll be able to work that in there somehow.
Unless the fish is just sick and the water's fine. Just saying.
Well, yeah, but when you get those people that say, I've bought 12 fish, 3 at a time, and all of them have died, but everything's perfect. Well, it's not. Obviously, something's not perfect. There's something that you're not detecting that's going on in here. Can I release my beta back into the sea? An actual customer said that. That is very sad. I don't know that I would go with beta with that one, though. I think I would probably be more... If we were to incorporate that in a tool episode, I could see it being one of those things where, like, I have a catfish, which I'm not going to buy a catfish because I wouldn't have anywhere to put them. And Karen says, well, that is going to get so big. What are you going to do? And then Steve would respond, I'll just put them back in the river or what, that we could kind of work that in, but I'm not going to buy a catfish to make that video. So we'll, maybe we could do it at a fish store. I'll put the hat on and you'll have your hair spruced up and we'll go into a fish store. I am not
going in public like that.
We'll do that there.
I will not go in public like that.
Stop talking about Lisa's rack. The sex bots are hitting the stream. What? That's funny. I hope that's not true. Michael St. John misses the discus.
Oh, well, they're doing great. They're breeding like crazy, but I don't have anything set up. So
Bob Kaler says, Lisa is being a good sport about the rack comments.
Thank you, Bob.
I mean, hey, you got to be able to have some fun, right? If you're not having fun, then what are you gonna do? I mean, especially now with everything that's happening,
right?
If you can't have some fun, what are you gonna do? The other day when I was finishing up on Lisa's rack,
oh gosh,
I had Bill Burr's podcast playing on my phone, and I didn't feel like wearing headphones, so I just had it playing. And my neighbor's house is pretty close, and my neighbors are always outside. If you've ever listened to Bill Burr,
is he the one that had a lot of curse words.
Oh, yes. Every
Yeah.
third word is an F-bomb. And
Yeah.
I'm not offended by that. I love Bill Burr. He's probably my favorite comedian going right now. But if you listen to that podcast, it's effing this and effing that and F,
Our
F, F,
neighbor,
F, F, F.
our neighbors are very, very religious, and yeah.
There's no cursing. They're very straight people, and good for them. They're beautiful people.
Yeah.
And
Wonderful people.
I'm back there listening to it, and I have it. It's not blasting like people across the neighborhood can hear it, but I started to worry. Like, I hope they can't hear that, because
I was a little nauseated thinking they might hear.
But
when
then I was
walked
like,
by,
hey.
I was like, oh God, I hope they're not hearing this.
You know what? Hey, with everything that's going on right now, I can't be worrying about that. No disrespect to them, because I love them. They're amazing people. But it's like it's just words.
And then the dog came into the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a wild dog come in
It
the yard
wasn't
the other.
wild.
Well, it had a collar on, but no tags.
It wasn't a wild dog.
But it was
You're so funny.
stray, whatever you want to call it, and we ended up having animal control come and get it, because what else are you going to do at this point? And
I was trying to walk it around the neighborhood and find the owner, and
it was a really sweet
Yeah.
German short hair, just gorgeous dog, super sweet. Had puppies before, because
you could tell.
you could tell with the don't want to get demonetized. Super sweet dog. And if we didn't already have 3, would have entertained the idea of going ahead and letting her in.
So sweet. She just wanted to come in.
Carlos, the fish nerd, with the $5. My favorite stream team. Love you guys. That is
you.
special. And Carlos is a big deal on YouTube, so that's high praise from.
And he's getting ready to have a baby.
Yes, I believe this month, right? Isn't
Yeah.
it? Didn't he say
Yes.
last time it was April?
It was. He said 3 weeks last week, so 2 weeks from now.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm keeping up.
First child. All right, so it's 10:27. We are going to have to start winding things down here, because Rack Cross has once again given away his time slot, which is after us. He's graciously given that up to the Fish Tank Barn. Mike Howe, good dude over there at the Fish Tank Barn. Awesome guy. And he's going to be streaming in Rack's time slot right after us. In 3 minutes, he's going to be streaming. I'm sure that it has already been shared in here. If not, it I'm sure will be. This is I have to include this one here at the end here, because Aquafunk chimed in with all caps, of course. There's actually a thing with the Streamlabs software where if you type all caps, I can have that automatically deleted. And I may do that, but Aquafunk would never be able to post. But he said, I know this fish gets bigger, but I will get another tank before that happens. That's another one that I love, because everybody goes in with it. I'll put the Oscar in the 10-gallon tank now, but I'll get a bigger tank in 3 or 4 years. It'll be fine. Again, we did that in that Tanks of Our Lives episode. That's a great one. That's a classic. And I'll get a bigger tank before it gets bigger. I love that. And that's said by so many people. So yeah, we're going to have to go back through all of these. And there was a lot of really good ones in there. I appreciate that very, very much. We appreciate, let me see. Let me make sure we didn't skip anybody. I skipped Jacob Richardson, and I feel horrible about that. On lunch break at work. Missed everything so far, but I'll watch the replay. Here's some money. Stay fishy, friends. Jacob, I am sorry that I missed that before. You know what? I think it's those big red ovals from Joey that got me all out of sorts. And I lost it there for a minute. I apologize about that. And I don't know if Halo and I got to that either with the $2. I love watching you guys. We love having you. I'm very, very sorry that we didn't mention that earlier. And then Chris Gallagher just popped in with the $5. You can keep your beta in a vase. Just need a 2-gallon vase. That's good. So yeah, we're going to have to rewatch all of this, and we'll find the best ones. And that episode will come out soon. I don't know when. It'll be a Tuesday video, and it'll come out soon. So This has been amazing. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you to everyone that super chatted. 6 new members tonight. We're almost back up to the number that we had before we made the big change that we made. So that is a beautiful thing. Thank you to everybody that super chatted. Thank you to everybody that was here. Still 5:30 on here right now. Let's all go over to the fish tank barn. Mike's a good guy. He's a lot of fun to watch. He's got an amazing barn full of fish tanks. So let's all go over there.
2 cute little girls that sometimes pop in.
What are we going to say? What's the
Hashtag
hashtag?
rack, because it's rack stream.
And Lisa's.
Stop.
Don't you do Lisa's rack.
No.
Hashtag rack. Perfect. There we go.
Yep.
Let's all go over there and do that. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I
Have
will
a
let
good
you say
night.
the final words.
I just did.
Okay, there we go. Good night,
Night.
everyone.